Welcome back to DM Prep. My name is Ian and I'll be your DM for today. Today we are prepping episode 29 of the Gilded Troll Plays Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. When last we left off, the heroes had just left the Island of Time, so we're going to prep their travel on their way to the Island of the Dragon. And then we're probably going to prep the Island of the Dragon too. But first I want to say thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for being here a lot, especially for that tier 2 sub on a 4-month streak. And also hello and welcome to that one guy, Astor, Mio and everyone else who's watching. My Twitch dashboard says I have 1 viewer, which is clearly not true because there's at least 4 of you here. But let's get going. So I have a bunch of notes already written for this session. Most of them, honestly, are sort of copy-pasted from last session because we didn't get there. So at the end of last session, I had these plans for post-island roleplay, and I had post-island encounter Gaius and Arjun. The one thing that I managed to get to was Estor telling them that he knows what happened to Yasenna, which we did manage to get to that, mostly because I skipped. I didn't skip the Androsphinx, but I decided to be sort of generous with it. They could have very easily fought the Androsphinx since they went back to a location for a second time, which meant they explored 3 locations technically. But I decided that, not really necessary. I didn't think the combat would really add anything narratively. They understood that if they tried to explore the 3rd location, that they would have to fight him. But I'm happy that it went the way that it did. We left. I was able to get to the Estor roleplay. So I was happy about that. So for this session, I literally have 2 travel encounters that I've been planning. I planned for the bottle episode, and then we never got to them, and then I didn't want to just shove them in at the beginning of last session, so we didn't run them. We just haven't run them yet. So I still have these 2 where Pythor comes up to Remir, says he feels bad about Ophia, Remir's mom, and he kept waiting longer and longer between taking lives, but Hexia kept remembering and finding out. And it would have been really cool to do this a few sessions ago, and not literally the session they're going to the Island of the Dragon. So it's more foreshadowing instead of like, hey, look, this is a thing that you're going to do. But, oh well. But the big bombshell here is that he killed his most recent wife himself to protect her and Honora from Hexia. And this is just a detail that I invented because Pythor's most recent wife and Honora's mother are completely absent from the book as far as I can tell. There's just nothing about them. And that seems like the kind of epic tragedy kind of thing someone would do. Kill your wife to protect your daughter. That's tragic as hell. So that's what I went with. And then the other encounter was Granny Morta talking to Alaris. The more I read this, though, I'm just like, what? So she's not happy about the Hallow, obviously. And she's willing to bargain for no longer being hostile, I guess. She still wants Vercy's head, but she'll negotiate. She wants children to remake her coven. I don't think she's in any position to negotiate, to be honest. That said, the players would probably understand that they literally need to sleep on the ship every night. They are incapable of sleeping anywhere else without facing her wrath. So maybe she does have bargaining power. I don't know. But I guess that's something that we'll just sort of discover. And then the other encounter that I kind of wanted to run while they're flying to the Island of the Dragon, because they retrofitted the flying Fortress of the Dragon Lords to the Ultros to make it fly, which means that it only takes them 2 days to get to a location instead of 3. Sorry, there's a hair in my nose. So they're flying there, which means that any sea-borne encounters aren't going to matter. But flying encounters can still happen. So one of the things that I wanted to do is on the island of Yonder. I don't know where it was actually specified. Yeah, I got the hair. Fronting Chondrus? No. Woof. Fleet. Let's just search fleet. Okay, this is definitely where I wanted to be. What are you going? What are you doing? So I'll have to wait for this to wrap around and then start. Okay. Oh, okay, here we go. Arjun's usually hunting... Okay. Gaius can summon Arjun by blowing a whistle hangs around his neck. Arjun's usually hunting dolphins and whales in the waters close to the island. It will take her about 10 minutes to return. If they leave the library before Arjun arrives, then Gaius will mount up and search for their ship from the air. Once he finds the ship, he will attempt to kill everyone on board. If they have not yet encountered Sidon's fleet, then he may summon them to his aid. So this is absolutely something that I wanted to do. And I could have sworn it actually made mention. Hey, we got a tier 3 sub from Andy. Thanks for the sub, Andy, and welcome back to the Gilded Troll. 15 goddamn months. That's a long ass time. So Sidon's fleet is an encounter that occurs after they've defeated or made a pact with Lutheria. It can also happen at a time of your choosing before they've defeated either of them. Thank you, Jordan, for the ass time. I was hoping someone would get it, and I didn't know that you were here. So what a way to announce yourself. Thank you for being here, Jordan. This event can help motivate heroes if you want the story to hasten to its climax. The winds pick up and the ocean waves grow choppy. On the horizon, you can see dozens of white sails. It seems that a fleet of ships is passing by several miles to the east, but these are not normal ships. The oars are the size of tree trunks. They appear to be giant warships crewed by Gigans and Cyclopes, and they seem to be headed directly for the city of Mitros. I mean, they're out in the Forgotten Sea? Yeah, the Forgotten Sea. They're out in the Forgotten Sea. It doesn't matter what the fuck their heading is. You're not going to be able to tell that they're headed to Mitros. What is important, that there's a whole lot of dudes. There's 30 ships, each crewed by 24 Gigans, a Gigan hero, 24 Automata, and 12 Cyclopes. 200 feet long, 8 miles per hour, AC 14, damage threshold of 15, and 2,000 hit points. So, these creatures, these stat blocks, can do basically nothing to a flying fortress that's 500 feet off the ground. And I'm fairly certain that I've already established to my players that they're able to fly a few hundred feet up. If they go any higher, they're going to have a really hard time breathing. There's just going to be too much wind. It's going to be impossible to be on the deck, and they need to be on the deck so that they can actually operate the damn thing. So I kind of want to give them catapults. Or trebuchets. Hey, Fitzchivalry's rating with a party of 6. Thanks for the raid, Tim, and I hope you had a good stream. But I'm saying hello to you as if you're sticking around, but you're not allowed to be here. So bye, Tim. There it goes. There it is. Thank you. Oh goddamn, we got another raid. We got a raid of 19 from Jables. Hot damn. Thanks for the raid, guys. Hello to DM Susan, and Shadows is already here, and Lord Gold, Classy Librarian, L2S I think I saw. Thank you everyone for being here. We're prepping some Odyssey. Thank you for the raids, guys. And we're trying to figure out how waterborne ships can threaten airborne sky-ships. So we're gonna look up siege weapon. So I want siege weapon. No, I'm getting siege monster now. So we're gonna go into the DMG because I feel like that's where they are. Hey, we got a sub from Phoenix Firestar. Thanks for the sub, Phoenix Firestar. And oh hey, the Mother of Jedi's here too, and Thorkin. God damn, everyone's here. Holy shit. Ballista with rope line. Yeah. Trying to find siege weapons. Anyone know where siege weapons are? Drag the ship down. Yeah, I mean that's, and I'm mostly just trying to. So mostly when I say that, I'm looking for ways to threaten them. They already know that the Ultros has hit points. Sidon throws a storm to force them to fly low. I mean, yeah, that could do it. I'm really looking for siege weapons though. And page 255. I don't have page numbers. Crap. Yeah, D&D Beyond doesn't have page numbers. Sidon covers the scene in mysterious fog to entice them to fly low and investigate. They're gonna say, fuck that noise, I'm gonna stay way up in the air. DM Susan, what's the section? Because I'm kind of staring at section names, and I tried searching Ballista, and I got... Actually, no, I tried searching Catapult. It's Compendium, Curse Strahd, Salt Marsh, Dungeon That Mage. Come Here we go. This should be a link. Yeah, Siege Equipment, Chapter 8. There we go. Okay. Siege Equipment. All right, here we go. Range 120, 480. Okay. Cannon. Cannon. No, I don't want gunpowder. Mangonel. 200, 800. Hey. Cool. Thanks for being here. Thanks for lurking, DM Susan. Mangonel, type of catapult that hurls heavy projectiles in a high arc. What the hell is a mangonel? I've played Age of Empires too, so traction trebuchet. That just looks like a catapult, like the left one. Okay. Lord pilots down with tacos. That would do it. Yeah, that would do it. Trebuchet, 300, 1200 feet, can't hit targets within 60 feet of it. 8d10 bludgeoning damage. That is, yeah, so this is the kind of thing that I want to do. Like, I want to give them, like, trebuchets, siege weapons. So we're gonna, so Gaius and Arjun, along with the fleet of Sidon, see trebuchet. Each ship armed with a trebuchet. And then we'll just link so that I can grab that real quick and easy while I'm running the game. I'm not crazy, right? Like, hang on. I gotta check this out. Sources. Dungeon Master's Guide. Like, I'm not crazy. I mean, I am, but okay, so siege equipment is between chases and diseases, and it's literally just not here in the table of contents, so that's cool. Yes, on a ship. They have trebuchets on ships. I don't know if that works, and quite frankly, I don't care. I don't think my players care. If there's a certain level of damage to the ship or flying mechanisms, maybe it needs to take a break back at sea level. This would probably feel cheap if it happened just after they got to start flying, though. That is very true. It would feel super cheap. But we do have Gregorios to play with. So for those of you who weren't here last time, we specified that Gregorios is actually an Oceanid who has cast Disguise Self on himself repeatedly forever. The plan is to low-key ruin all of their plans. We're going to just put Gregorios. Gregorios Rotoglow. So the Coral did 250 damage to the hull of the Ultros, but that was 5 days ago. So the Antikythera was able to repair all of that damage. So that's not a thing. Yeah, we're flinging Geek Fire. Greek Fire. Probably, honestly, just rocks. It can launch other kinds of projectiles, such as barrels of oil or sewage with different effects. Honestly, I kind of like the idea of doing something explosive so that it can kill people who are on the deck of the ship. Seems like a good idea. But now that you mention it, I think that it might actually be a better idea to do this, to run the Gaius and Arjun encounter after the Island of the Dragon. I think that would be a better time to do it, so that it doesn't feel... They did clay pots a lot, yeah. You fling a clay pot full of something. But I think it'd be a better idea to do it after post Island of the Dragon, because I kind of do want to sort of sabotage them and fuck with their engines and stuff like that. Gregorios sabotages their engines. Each ship armed with a trebuchet, loaded with a pot full of flaming tar. Yeah, let's go flaming tar. I like flaming tar. So wherever it lands, it's just on fire, and it's just not going to go out because tar doesn't go out for a really long time. Tar, resin, oil, all that. Yeah. Hey, Astor, how is it going? Saying hi to everybody. Holy shit, chat is insane for a DM prep session. One of the other things I wanted to do was the Corruption of Lutheria event, which... So, as written, everyone wakes up and then they have to make a whiz save or be consumed with bloodlust for a minute, and they they just start murdering the shit out of each other. And it says this is a chance for players to fight each other, no holds barred, without guilt or hard feelings. I don't need one of those because as soon as we hit 1,000 followers, we're going to schedule a charity stream benefiting Extra Life, where we're going to have all of our Curse of Strahd and Odyssey of the Dragonlord's characters murdering the shit out of each other in a team deathmatch. So I don't really need to give them an opportunity to fight each other, no holds barred, without guilt or hard feelings, because I'm going to do that anyway. So I kind of want to rewrite the Corruption of Lutheria event as not having combat. Like, all this read aloud text is cool, like that works. Did some research because you're a nerd, and Trebuchet on ships are possible. Thank you very much, Thorkin. Even if they weren't possible, I was going to make them possible, but it's good to know that they are possible. So if my players ask, I just say, yes, it's totally a thing that can happen. Hello, Lady Faye, how's it going? I haven't seen you in chat yet, so hello. Yeah, hope you can make that PvP. It's going to be epic. It's most likely going to be scheduled on a Sunday, when we, usually probably at a time that we would have played Curse of Strahd. So probably a Sunday at 1 p.m. If I had to guess, that's just the day that works best for our players. We haven't scheduled it yet. We're going to schedule it for real once we actually hit 1,000 followers, and we're like 20 away or something like that. Let's take a look. This is going to start actually playing my stream at me, so I got to pause this. There we go. Let's see. We've got 983 followers. We are 17 followers away from that charity stream. So help us get there. Thanks. So we've got a Trebuchet for the Fleet of Sidon thing, but that's after the island. We want to do the Corruption of Lutheria event before the island. So the three things we want to do before the island are Corruption of Lutheria, Pythor talking to Remir, and Granny Morta talking to Alaris. Those are the three encounters that we want to do on the way there. We got to figure out how we're fixing the Corruption of Lutheria instead of Consume with Bloodlust. So it has been this, the first one was Short-Term Madness, the next one was Long-Term Madness. I don't hate the idea of actually doing an Indefinite Madness, but I need to look at what those effects are, because they might be a little bit too much for what I'm thinking. But let's take a look. Let's see what Indefinite Madnesses are. Being drunk keeps me sane. Well, that's just Helios normally. I keep whatever I find. Okay. I try to become more like someone else I know, adopting his or her style of dress, mannerisms, and name. That's weird. I must bend the truth, exaggerate, or outright lie to be interesting to other people. Cool. Achieving my goal is the only thing of interest to me, and I'll ignore everything else to pursue it. Okay. Find it hard to care about anything that goes on around me. That's going to be interesting to roleplay. I don't like the way people judge me all the time. I could see some cool roleplay coming out of that. I'm the smartest, wisest, strongest, fastest, and most beautiful person I know. That's just Yusenna normally. I'm convinced the powerful enemies are hunting me and their agents are everywhere I go. I'm sure they're watching me all the time. I feel like half of them think that anyway. There's only one person I can trust, and only I can see this special friend. Woof. I can't take anything seriously. The more serious the situation, the funnier I find it. That could make for some incongruous roleplay. And I've discovered that I really like killing people. Murder hobo. Okay, so these aren't terrible. Yeah, I don't hate these. And Greater Resto can get rid of them, so it's not like they're permanent. But yeah, so that's really easy. Run the Corruption of Lutheria event. Replace Bloodlust with random Indefinite Madness. I don't expect many of them to fail the save. This is a group of very high whiz save characters. You can actually chewing through the party's diamonds. Hell yeah. So you can take a look at their character sheets through our D&D Beyond overlay extension thingamajig, but I'm going to pull them up here. So Alaris is a whiz-based cleric, so she's got proficiency. So she's got +8 whiz saves. Helios, similarly, whiz-based. Druid, +9 saving throws. Yusenna, pretty shit awful actually, with a -1 whiz. She can't make the save. She fails. She's going to fail, even with a 20. So that's neat, unless someone uses, for instance, Flash of Genius. Orsino's got a +6. He's got +2 wisdom and proficiency. Remir, he has a +0. Not entirely sure how. How does he have a... Oh, he's got +1 to saves from his Cloak of Protection, which I'm guessing he got from and Infusion. Yep. Replicate item, cloak protection. So he's got a +0, which means that with a 20 he can succeed. And Scorpius, similarly whiz-based, but as a monk he does not have wisdom saving throw proficiency, so only a +5. But still, they're all good to great. Who's got 25 AC? Remir? I don't doubt it. Yeah, it's DC 20. I mean, they're level 11 at this point, so the DC should be high. They're also dealing with a goddess, but yeah, Remir's got 25 fucking AC. But yeah, so I'm expecting Yesena and Remir to fail, and everyone else, maybe Scorpius will fail. As soon as it comes up, they're gonna know, oh, this is a Lutheria thing, and we've had bad experiences with Lutheria things before, so let's all burn Cheerspiration and Nat 20s and all that shit. They don't have many take 20s at all, but they have plenty of Cheerspirations, and I really need to burn those a lot. So yeah, so that's a thing. Incidentally, this is the exact same spreadsheet that shows up on stream while we're actually playing. It's we use Google Docs for the spreadsheet. Super simple. I wish I could make the background less ugly, but I haven't found a way to do that. So yeah, replace Bloodlust, random Indefinite Madness. So we got Pythor talking to Remir, Granny Morta talking to Alaris. So let's talk about the Island of the Dragon. Sorry, that was probably incomprehensible. Let's talk about the Island of the Dragon. So as written, I think the Island of the Dragon is pretty weak. There is an adult green dragon. She has no whatchamacallit. Words are hard. She has no lackeys. There's no ads in the fight against her, which I mean makes sense. She's chaotic evil. She's kind of too dumb to have allies of any sort. And there's also this whole secret history. She's basically Pythor's adopted sister, but they were also, was it stone statues with real instruments? That's a good question. Hexy's Lair. Literally doesn't even specify. Does it really not? Does it not even make mention? I don't think it even makes mention of the statues. Not even once. Wow. It does not once mention the statues. Not even a little bit. So we're gonna go with stone statues with real instruments. But I'm actually gonna look at this up. Class of the Pythor, Cult of the Snake, Servants of Hexia. Collects musical instruments and musicians. They are transported in petrified form. She releases them for entertainment at her leisure. Yeah, it was in the Lady of Coins lair. Statue's head. Doesn't say. It just says that they're victims of petrification. Stone contracts with NPC classes could be super interesting as servants or minions. That would be really neat. That would be really cool. So the reason that I bring up that she has no minions or servants or ads, honestly, let's be real, ads. But even more than that, there's nothing on this island. We got a map. Cool. Hey, Lethal Sandwich, how's it going? Thanks for following the raid here. We're prepping the Island of the Dragon, which, true to its name, has a dragon. So first thing that I want to change is that, as specified, she's an adult green dragon. Fuck that, she's ancient now. Because they just fought an adult gold dragon and they won. So they could easily wipe the floor with an adult green. Even though I'm pretty sure a bunch of them have resistance to fire. I'm pretty sure at least one of them has resistance to poison. So fuck it. Let's make big dragon. 207 hit points is gonna go down way too fast. So we're gonna do ancient green dragon. I mean, she's lived in Thylea for over 5 centuries, so she's definitely old enough. Like, even the ancient only has 385. Which is just not a lot, real talk. Um, Pythor is only adult age. So when they turn back, Pythor is actually going to be a young dragon because the time he spent as a god doesn't count. So that's interesting. Yeah, I do plan on maxing it out, Andy. I wasn't like I was looking at it and I wasn't sure I wanted to say anything, but that is actually something that I did with Helios, adult gold dragon. So I thought about making Helios an ancient dragon, which would bump his HP from like 256 to 600 or something like that. But instead, what I did was I just maxed out his HP expression, and I really need to zoom in here because you guys can't read jack shit because my screen is humongous. So I maxed out his HP expression, so I just 19 times 12 plus 13, well, plus 133, and that comes out to 228 plus 133 is like 350 something, 361. Yeah, 361. So a little bit better than 256. It's 105 more than 256. So I'm probably going to do the same thing with Hexia. So it's 22 times 20 is 440 plus 154 is 594. Wow, that's a lot. So yeah, she got a lot. So 594 hit points, which honestly, my players have kind of disgusting DPR. Like Scorpius is putting out 50 DPR easily. Make it an even 600. I like 594. It keeps them on their toes. Scorpius can put out 50 DPR easily. Helia or Orsino and Alaris, if they drop a crit, an auto crit, Guiding Bolt can do like 60 to 80 damage depending on how well they roll. And how high level slot they use. So like my PCs can put out 300 DPR. So even with 600 hit points, they could very well knock her down in 2 rounds. But she's going to use Frightful Presence because fuck that noise. That's a DC 19 Wisdom saving throw, which means a bunch of them are going to be frightened, namely Remir and Yusena. But Yusena probably doesn't give a shit about the frightened. Remir is just going to be completely locked down. Remir is going to be completely worthless for most of the fight, unless he can make that save with his +0. And hey, maybe I'll hit someone else with it too. And what's cool is that green dragons actually add their fucking elemental damage to their bite attack, unlike gold dragons, which really confused the shit out of me. Like, this bite is just 2d10, and it's just like, that's not what. Like, this guy's CR, so ancient green CR22, okay, adult red CR7. Okay, so I mean, not a great comparison. Let's look at the adult green. Adult green CR15, 2d10 plus 6 and 2d6 poison. CR17, 2 CR higher, but it doesn't get the elemental damage on its bite. And it's just, I don't understand why gold dragon doesn't do fire damage on its bite. But I can drop an auto crit on one of these and do 4d10 and 6d6. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have a lot of auto crits. So, but that's for when they eventually fight Hexia. So like that's a thing that's probably going to happen. There's a bunch of stuff that's going to happen on the island. Like they have to meet the elves. Hexia is going to know that they're here. She's aware of everything that happens on her island, which serves as her personal hunting ground. She eats deer and boar. But each month on the full moon, she goes hunting for sweeter meat. Yeah, acid in the mouth, right. Like, it's just kind of like, yeah, poison for green dragon. But yeah, most dragons have their breath weapon damage type in their bite, but apparently metallics don't. And that confused me when my players were fighting Helios. I was just like, I don't get to do fire damage. But if I look at adult brass, also does not do fire damage on a bite. It's just, it's fine. I guess metallic dragons just don't. It's fine. So, Hexia is going to be CR22 Ancient Green Dragon. Here's the generic art. Here's the Hexia art. So, we actually have Hexia art. So, there was there's this thing. So, we're going to Dungeon Master's Guide to Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. We're going to pop that out here so we can make it nice and big. Let me know if that's unreadable. I think it might be too small. There we go, 200%. So there was Hexia's monologues, and it took me to the wrong page. Cool. Here we go. Hexia's monologues. So there's this whole thing about Hexia's monologue to Python. Hey, we got channel points from Jay Miller for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles episode 2 one shot. We're at 27%. So okay, cool. It's readable. Neat. Yeah, this doc's pretty cool. One of the I have strong feelings about people who just write guides that and then purport like this is the way to run it. I'm super happy that people feel the need or the desire to publish their notes for how they made games better. But there's a lot of stuff in here that's just like, what in the hell are you doing? I don't like. There's a lot of stuff that I'm just like, wah. Hey CJ Rose, thanks for contributing some channel points. Our goal is 420,69. 420,069 points. Once we get there, we'll do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles episode 2. So yeah, there's this whole thing where Hexia essentially like yells at Pythor basically. Woof. Massive Heart, Gilded Gold. Gilded Gold. That's a little redundant. There's this whole thing, but one of the problems is players love to stop NPCs from monologuing. So, you enter an area large enough to accommodate the Great Dragon's serpentine bulk, though Hexia herself is nowhere to be found. I just had a dumb idea. So I've got this. Where is it? Oh no, did I archive it? Yeah, I did. Let's restore it. So I got this map that I called Kaiju Cave. It is a massive map that they might recognize, but I can just delete all these tokens and Shazam! It's now Hexia's lair instead of a kaiju cage. Whoop. So this is neat. So one thing that I do want to do is, it says great skylight allows sunlight through, and though it is obscured by a lattice of thorns and carefully cultivated roses. So I want areas of sunlight sort of streaming in, and to accomplish that, I'm going to use a transparent pixel. I'm going to put a 15. I have to change the scale on this map first because it's currently set to inches. So grid cell distance is 5. Hey, Boggle Baby's now following. Thanks for the follow. We're now only 16 follows away from our 1,000 follower goal. So we're gonna do a 30-foot radius circle. And just kind of put it right there. I think I'm gonna do white instead of yellow. I wish I could have it sort of like fuzzy at the edges. What I could do is I could actually make a token that's fuzzy at the edges. So let's actually do that. Why the hell not? We got time, right? I'm just doing a strim. So we're gonna do 500 by 500. Actually, let's do 700 by 700. Okay. Do not want red. We're gonna make new layer. Sure, let's call it Ghost. Why the fuck not? So let's select. I want an ellipse select, and this window does not need to be this big, so I can see chat. So ellipse select, whole damn thing, and then I can never remember how to do this. It's like select feather. Well, let's shrink it actually by let's say 70. Oh. Yeah, okay. And then let's feather it by another 70 pixels. And then we're going to fill it with white. Hey, look at that. And then we're going to drop the opacity down to, say, 30%. Let's say 50%. All right. Let's export as skylight. Let's toss that in Odyssey. Export. Export. Well, we got a lot of people contributing to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one-shot. Thanks, guys. Let's get there. So let's import the skylight. Hot damn, so many people contributing. We're up to 29%. Hell yeah. So let's drop a skylight. And of course, it decided to be 1 square, so we're going to make it significantly larger than 1 square. Let's move that there, delete the transparent pixel. So now I've got this nice, soft, sort of feathered skylight that I can sort of... First of all, let's move it to the map layer, because it does not need to be a token. And we can actually put a few of them around. So we can do one big one, we can do a few smaller ones. So we can... yeah, look at that. Gotta see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sings theme song badly. Yeah, Teenage Mutant... I'm not gonna try. So yeah, we're gonna hopefully we're gonna dress up this this area enough that my players don't recognize it as the Kaiju Cave, but I doubt that. I highly doubt that that will be possible. So okay, discard harp. We're just going to search. So one of the cool things is that when you search, you also search the web. And look at that. Dungeony. Slap it in. We got a harp. It's a harp. It's kind of an incredibly lifelike harp, and I kind of hate that. So let's maybe delete that. The map seems familiar. Yeah, right. I'm trying to dress it up so that it doesn't. That is my eventual plan, is to dress it up so much that it doesn't look familiar. But don't know how much I can dress it up. Real talk. So we're gonna grab a centaur. Tell me I have art for a centaur. Yeah. Okay. Centaur Druid. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that's Remir's mom. She's playing a harp. To back. Flip it upside down. Dude. You smart. You super smart. So let's grab the map. Advanced. Flip vertical. Bam, no longer recognizable. This isn't fitting anymore. Why isn't this fitting? Also, did it have its own grid, or doesn't look like it has its own grid? I think I want to flip it horizontal too. I think I need to make this scene slightly larger. I also need to rename it. So let's height 62. Come on, roll 20. Don't sponsor. All right, that works. Oh, hey, a new map. Yeah. Yeah, flipping things upside down and horizontal usually helps. Yeah, so now it's unrecognizable. So let's just move these around a little. One sort of up here, and then one sort of down here. Objects and tokens. So Ophia can be over here now. Harp right there, sort of on top of her token. Kind of looks like she's playing it. That's cute. She even has her own living quarters. She's got her own bed. Now I just need a bunch of statues. I'm in the wrong tab. Statue. I feel like I'm gonna have a hard time finding bard statues. What if I actually search bard statue? Came up. Oh my god, seriously. Wow. They're also premium assets and not from the web. I kind of want to just go with like these and just sort of ignore that they have armor and weapons. Musician statue? Oh, sure. No results on the web found for those keywords. Fuck. That's some tits. Yeah, let's just throw these guys in. It's fine. Not the end of the world. Why is that scaled so weird? Whatever. Perspective's just fucky. Whoops. Okay. Alright, she's got bards like standing at the table because she's a fucking weirdo. And Ophia is playing for them. Large. What about busts? Does those work? I'm a little afraid to search for bust, but bard bust. That's even scarier to search. Man. So here's the thing. I'm not super worried about it. Like, statues is fine. Although they should be female too, not just male. Man, there's just a bunch of crap. Oh, that looks good. That looks way better. I'm just gonna slap down a bunch of those. She's at least got a book instead of an axe. So more important than, like, I mean, it's pretty important to like dress this place up a bit, because I want it to be interesting combat and not just like hurt dirt. So what do these things do? So 2-minute token editor might have a few, but that requires a bit more work. I mean, I have GIMP. Like, I'm not afraid of actually like editing things. So like, I can maybe put things together, but I'll do it off stream if I do, just so I don't waste you guys' time. Because I don't think it's super interesting to watch me GIMP things together. But yeah, I like these skylights. I kind of want one more. Just slap one over here. And I kind of want to... I hate how Roll20 doesn't let you change opacity. I really hate that. Because what I want to do is I want to sort of emphasize that these crystals are sort of no time in the is a waste of time. Thank you for saying that, but I mean, come on. I kind of want I want these crystals to sort of be like something that they can shatter and make explode or something, or like throw radiant damage at it and it makes a flash of light or something. Something like that. Something cool and crystalline. There's obviously mushrooms. Cavern is lush, filled with tropical plants and flowers. Let's search for some flower assets. I mean, yeah, I totally want... Okay. Woof. Don't hate this one. Needs to be bigger. Move it to the map layer. So this is essentially just set dressing, trying to sort of hide the fact that this is the same map that I've used before. I really just want to... Oh, to back. What? Oh, shit. To back. There we go. And then you can just move that. Some more flowers. We're just going to put flowers all over the damn place. And then I'll grab another flower asset, and I'll put that all over the goddamn place. And then we'll grab some vines, and we'll put that all over the goddamn place. Mostly what I'm trying to accomplish is just this place looking verdant. because currently it's a little cavernous. I want it to be verdant and overgrown. Let's grab another flower asset. Too bright. I'll hit that one. Let's make it bigger. I think this might be the most I bothered to set dress something, but I kind of very much want to, I don't know, I want to make this a memorable encounter with a dragon. I don't want it to just be like, we fought another dragon. So definitely want it to be memorable. Let's go with, what's the lotus? Flowers. Oh, come on. Lily pad. Sure. I just wanted something to put on the water. Does she whack-a-mole pop in and out of the skylights? Yeah, that sounds like a real cool fucking idea, A-Lot, so we're gonna go with yes. Hexia will whack-a-mole pop in and out of the skylights. Skylights are overgrown, so following her is impossible. Difficult, as per Green Dragon regional effects. So for those of you who aren't aware, adult and ancient green dragons have regional effects. Thickets form labyrinthine passages within a mile of the lair. They act as 10-foot high, 10-foot thick walls that block line of sight. Creatures can move through the thickets with every 1 foot of creature moves costing 4 feet of movement. And also they take some piercing damage. In addition, the dragon ignores movement impediments and damage from plants in this area, including the thickets described above. So they'll have a very difficult time getting through the thickets. Hexia will not. But that reminds me, hedge. I want a hedge asset. What the hell? What's going on here? There we go. So they're 10 feet thick, 10 feet high, and they're going to be all over the damn place. All over the damn place. This is going to take a while. So basically what I want to do with these hedges is use them to sort of separate this area into regions. So we've got this nice big rock here, and then this nice big crystal here, and we've essentially made a passage through. One thing that I do want to do is I want to make the... so I want to rename this Hexia's Lair. I want to make the grid darker. I don't think that's the right color for it. Let's try black. Just black. Okay, now it's too dark. Whoop. Yeah, the grid's too dark. Wait, shit. No, I wanted black. I just want to lower the opacity. That looks good. Oh, good night, classic librarian. Sorry, I missed that. Probably already gone. So yeah, like we've got this sort of separating things, and the players can just sort of plow through the hedges if they want, but they'll take damage, and it costs a lot of movement to do so. turn this 45. And I want the skylight on top of it. And it's fine if we like over tile the hedges a little bit. Actually, I don't want that there. I want one here. And then I want one here. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make basically like avenues of combat. Like this is where you're allowed to go. This is where you're not allowed to go. This is how these areas are separated. And I'm hoping that over the course of the fight, combat will sort of move from area to area to area, and maybe players will have combat in separate areas as they split up, stuff like that. So I'm using these hedges these thickets to essentially make these overgrown areas. They're going to dig in and stay put. Well, if they do that, then they will get murdered by a green dragon harrying them. And I don't know why, I just really like the idea of the hedges going across this, like into this sort of peninsula thing. I just started putting them down and I was just like, yeah, I like that. Whoa. Not what I wanted. Turned it too much. Yeah, looks good. What's the wall situation look like? Similar? I don't know what you mean. Not sure what you mean there, a lot. Oh, the hedge walls, you mean? So it's quadruple difficult terrain for them to shove through, and also it's like a dex save versus 1d6 piercing. Yeah. Each round it's in contact with a thickness. Avenues of movement. It's very confused. I'm sorry, I'm really confused right now. A lot of them have climb speed, so I was trying to figure out where they go from there. Gotcha. Do they have climb speeds? Scorpius didn't actually make it to Monk 9. The walls of the cavern, you meant. Okay. So I'm imagining like this is like a 200-foot diameter cavern. Actually, I think it might even be bigger than that. It's center. Oh, it's about 200-foot diameter. I think it's about 300 feet long, though. Yeah, it's about 300 feet. 200 feet by 300 feet. Imagining it's about 100 feet tall. Yeah, like they could climb over the walls. But Scorpius never made it to Monk 9, so he can't run up walls. So he can't even like get over the hedges that way. But wild shape apes do have that. That is true. That's generally a bad time in combat, though. Except for Scorpius, because Scorpius can wild shape as a bonus action. But Helios, Ramir does like spider climb. His attacks aren't magical either. Scorpius? No, he's Monk 6 already. Those attacks are magical. Yeah, no. Monks get magical attacks at level 6. Everyone has magical attacks, Andy. Stop fishing for weaknesses. Hey, Fuzzy Wuzzy entered the monthly giveaway. Thanks for entering. This month's giveaway is a copy of Heroes Feast, the official Dungeons & Dragons cookbook. So that's I'm very excited about that. I put this wall here, and I'm not happy with it because I actually don't want to cut off their ability to go this direction. So I think I might already be done with thickets. Like, I think I'm done with walls. Like I only have a few, but as they enter, I kind of want to just sort of funnel them into different directions. I do want... I lied. I'm not done. Can I select? There. Okay. I want to put... let's bring these flowers forward. No, the flowers. Oh my god. There we go. I just want to put a wall here to continue separating the left from the right. So essentially what I've done is I've made a center area. Oh, let's go to the token layer so I can select with impunity. So I've made a center area. I've made a top area. I've made a left area. And I've made a right area. That's essentially what I've done here. And then I've limited the ability to move from the left to the right, except through these two avenues, or left to the middle, rather. The middle to the right is pretty wide open. And then there's also, I guess, this lower area as well. So if you look at this as a sort of node graph, like that's kind of how it works. So I almost want to add yet another skylight so that there's one in each area. And then Hexia can essentially pop out in any of them. So we'll make this one a little bit smaller. No, make it bigger. I like bigger. Okay. Now I want vines to throw in here. That is one vine. I'm hoping for lots of, there we go, lots of vines. And I just want to slap these on top of rocks, basically anywhere I can. Also, I have it's the end of the world as we know it stuck in my head, and I don't know why. But I feel fine, apparently. It's the end of the world as we know it. So let's stretch that guy out. So yeah, I'm just throwing vines all over the place. Basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make this place look, one, verdant, and two, significantly different from the last time my players were here, which was Mr. Nibbles. So, yeah. I think it looks pretty different. I don't know that my players would recognize it at this point. I've rotated it 180 degrees. I added a whole lot of friggin' tokens to it. Fuck it, let's add a bush here and there. Why are you that shape? Zoom in, resize it. I think that's about right. Let's just add some bushes all over the damn place. If I can hide this thing, that'd be great. Let's bring that one to the front. And now the last thing we kind of need to do is... That's just a dead dog. That's not a vine. Last thing we need to do is... Actually, I'm just going to keep dropping a bunch of vines. Real talk. Ooh, that lines up great. I like that. Advanced, flip horizontal. Yeah. Yeah, I'm literally just slapping shit on this map to make it look different. But just for illustrative purposes, I kind of want to just show you this. So this is what it looked like. This is what it looks like now. It's pretty same, real talk. Whoop. I like the desiccated thorny bramble token art, but it doesn't seem to be as verdant as green. Yeah. yeah, like I've covered a decent chunk of the map with stuff. Just deleting and yeah, I've covered a decent chunk of stuff with map. So the question is, what kinds of minions does Hexia have? And I kind of want. So I kind of want this to be a fight against. You think it feels different? Cool. I'm just worried about them recognizing it. Like, I'm trying to keep them from recognizing it. I need to. Okay. I accidentally left the extra copy of the map. Did I put the stuff back? I didn't, so thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, it wasn't that I was putting stuff back. I just slapped another copy of the map on top of all of the map stuff, and then I forgot to delete it the last time. But now it's back. So I kind of want this to be a fight against minions where Hexia is mostly just a threat. So she'll show up every few rounds and use her breath weapon whenever it's recharged. So she'll just pop out of a skylight and just breathe. And I'm assuming as ancient, she gets 90-foot cone. Cool. That's actually kind of disgusting because if you're 90 feet up and you fire a 90-foot cone, it's a 90-foot diameter circle, which I don't know if you guys are aware. It's kind of disgustingly large. So let's draw a shape. Let's do big old fucking green. We'll do so 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. If she fires her breath weapon from the ceiling, it is that large. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's make it extra thick. That didn't work. Whoop. You go away. You select. Extra large. Fill it with green. Yeah. If she uses her breath weapon from the ceiling, it's going to hit everyone on the ground in that area. It's kind of insanely large. Disgusting, but technically survivable. I mean, number one, it's not... So if they actually split up, they're not liable to get hit in great numbers. I think this 77 damage is just too much, so I think I might want to actually... I think I want to put her back to adult as written, and then just maximize her health. So 18 times 12 would be 240 minus 36 is 206 plus 9. So let's say 300 hit points. But she's going to spend most of her time like at the ceiling, and they're mostly just going to be fighting her minions. And then we're using the 16d6 breath. And it is a 60-foot cone, but I think maybe I can get away with just using, like, let's say it's a 60-foot sphere on the ground. Like, she just breathes down, and it's like this heavier than air kind of thing. So even though the cone stops, it falls onto them. And that's what I think that's what I'm gonna go with. And I might even, actually, here's an idea. Here's a cool idea. Let's say that. So one of the things I like doing with D&D is just fucking with the rules. So let's say we use a 90-foot cone. It doesn't get to the ground, like the breath doesn't get to the ground, but it starts falling towards the ground. And at the start of her next turn, everyone in that area will take the poison damage. That downdraft whooshy smoke effect. Yeah. So it's a 60-foot cone, but as it hits the ground, it's going to hit this 30-foot radius, or this 90-foot diameter area. And it's basically, she breathes down, and it takes a round to hit the ground. And in that time, you can disturb the area with a strong wind, or you could get the fuck out of it on your turn. I think that's a really cool idea. And I kind of want Pythor to die. Real talk, I kind of want Pythor to die because the gods can't really die. That's not a thing they can actually do. I think they just, I think if they die, they just resurrect at the, I think they resurrect at the Temple of the Five in Mitros. So I think it'd be really cool if Pythor died here. Yes, Pythor is going to accompany them onto the island. So what are her minions here? Is my question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this this 90-foot area. I'm going to put it on the GM layer because I'm going to use that. Like, I'm literally just going to put that there. I'm going to use it. And I'm just going to say, it's falling here. It's falling. This is where it's going to fall. You might want to move. At the start of her next turn, this is where it's going to land. Or not even this is where it's going to land. Like, this is the area that it's going to envelop. I hate how difficult they make it. Did I actually put it on the GM layer? I did. There we go. Okay, I have selected it. So, yeah, something like that. Unless the party decided to destroy the temple in the Great Storm Adventure. Yeah, that would suck. Then they can't resurrect anymore. I didn't even think about that. So the question is, what are we doing with the skylights now? Does this... So maybe the circle has to be touching one of the skylights, but I don't know if that... I don't know if it's even possible for that not to be the case. Like, if it's all the way up in this corner, it's touching a skylight. If it's over here, it's touching a skylight. I'm trying to find a place where this circle isn't touching a skylight. Okay, all the way down in this corner, it's not touching a skylight. So maybe I want to remove a skylight to make it a little bit harder for her to aim at, or do I not care? I don't know if I care. Animated statues hiding among the statues. Are the statues in here? I missed that. Yeah, the statues are in here. So I added the bard statues just kind of like standing around this table. Not a huge fan of these tokens. Yeah, don't care. Got it. All right, so she can just target it where the hell she wants. I mean, she can fly around up at the ceiling all she wants, and then just fly back out through the skylights and the rose thorn, the rose bushes and thickets just make way for her as she goes. And she's got like 80 feet fly speed or some shit. Yeah, 80 feet fly speed. So like she can, okay, turn around. And I'm thinking that once the players manage to kill all of the enemies in here, still haven't decided what they're going to be, then she just drops down and starts fighting, and it's just slugfest. She just starts murdering. She starts with Pythor, and then she goes for Remir. And if they figure out her tactics, could they block a skylight? Absolutely. And if they block a skylight, then she can't target from that skylight. That's a good point. This center one's going to be really hard to block, though, because it's huge. Plant creatures, Shambling Mound, and the like. All right, good call. Good fucking call. So let's look at plant creatures. I think you mentioned Shambling Mound already. And I wasn't ignoring it, but I didn't say anything at the time. But let's do, where's CR? Okay, I'm gonna zoom. Oh wait, here we go. It's challenge range. Let's do max CR of 8, minimum CR of 2. Filter monsters. Yeah, thank you, Jordan. I am a fan of Assassin Vines. I'm going to move this over to here, just so I have a bigger thing. So it's a little easier to use. So we're gonna open Assassin Vine. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, I know. It's fine. Assassin Vine, I'm a huge fan of those. Corpse Flower could be like the main enemy thing. Do we want to go with Myconid route? I'm thinking probably not. What is a Needle Lord? That's cool, I guess. What does he do? Melee attack. Takes 2 piercing damage. A creature can choose to make an attack with disadvantage to avoid it. Shambling Mound is a definite yes. Wood Woad. Those are like walking trees. Yeah, they're cool. They're cool. Yellow Musk Creepers are cool, but they kind of suck. They have shit awful speed. Fucking 6 AC. They're kind of dumb. They also have zombies associated with them, and I don't really want to go a zombie route. Corpse Flowers, however, are kind of zombie too. They make undead, don't they? Yeah. They make zombies. That's... Animates one dead humanoid in its body turning into a zombie. Isn't under its coal. Flower stench clings to it. Okay. Stench of death. 10 feet of the corpse flower. Con save versus incapped. Creatures that are immune to poison damage or the poison condition automatically succeed. On a successful save, they're immune to all... Okay. They're immune to all stenches. Okay. When it's first encountered, it has 1d6 plus 3 humanoids. You can hold the remains of up to 9 dead humanoids. Okay, so I'm thinking this corpse flower is how Hexia disposes of bards once she's bored of them. So that's cool. So we're going to have one big corpse flower sort of in the middle. Probably like back here. And then, and then we need a bunch of Shambling Mounds and Assassin Vines. So what are the Assassin Vines? Well, it remains motionless. It's just indistinguishable from a normal plant. It is a large plant, has crap speed. Okay, so I want to turn some of these... I'm thinking actually use these yellow plants as my Assassin Vines. And then what I can do is I can have it flip over as they get close to it, because they have crap speed, but they do have 20-foot reach. And as soon as the Assassin Vine starts its turn within 25 feet of someone, it can it can basically. So we're gonna move this to the token layer. Nope, not you. Move this to the token layer, which means it's actually in front of the skylight, which is annoying. I didn't even think about that. Tokens are in front of the skylight, so I want to move the Assassin Vines away from the skylights so that doesn't give them away. So 5e tools, Assassin Vine. Yes, no, you gonna do the thing. Corpse flower, full body, scraps of quintessential bardic frippery, and cracked and broken instrument remains. Horrifying sound that is... Ooh. There we go. Assassin Vine. Once again, I do not condone the use of 5e tools. I just use them because I already own all of the sources. Like, I own the content. They just have convenient tokens. I already have a Shambling Mound token. What the hell am I doing? See, I'm spending a lot of time on this like one fight, and I haven't even like prepped like how like the flow of the island. So let's upload tokens, corpse flower, and the other one was the Assassin Vine. Okay, I can only do one at a time. Okay. You were literally about to ask about the Shambling Mound token. Yeah, I already fucking have one. What am I doing? So what I need to do is I need to make a rollable table. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna need multiples anyway. So this is Assassin Vine. We're gonna add an item. Have to drop a file. Well, that's annoying. Who's this guy? Hey, it worked. Neat. Indistinguishable. And then the other side is going to be Assassin Vine. And I guess now is when I actually upload it instead of in the uploads. I have to wait. Oh, no. I learned this last time I tried to make one. If you try choose a file, it doesn't work. You actually have to drag it in for it to work properly. There we go. All right, save changes. Save changes. And now I can hit the token button. That will make me an Assassin Vine token. And then I can multi-sided make it a Vine token. Cool. And then what I can do is I can add a nameplate. that is not visible to players, and then I will give it its hit points and AC. So it's got 85 hit points and 13 AC. Oh, I put AC in the left box. I don't know if it's proper. Oh no, I do put it in the right box. So Assassin Vine here. Delete. Oh, right. Map and background. One here, one here, one here. And eventually, they'll learn that the yellow bushes are assassin vines. Eventually. I'm assuming after like the 5th. Which it seems I have 5 of them. Someone want to throw this encounter into like Kobold Club? I'm going to do it. Kobold Club. So we have 6 players of level 11. We have make some of the red bushes assassin vines. What? Do you really not have an assassin vine? That's fine. It doesn't matter. Just anything CR exactly 3. Sure. 5 of those. Make some of the red bushes. Do I have red bushes? I swear to God, Jordan, if you're fucking with me, I'm gonna be so pissed. I don't know of anything I put down that's red. I put red flowers down? Oh, the other flowers. Okay. They look red to you? Are you talking about these guys? These? So confused. Do the plants attack indiscriminately? Could you throw it or force an enemy into it? What the hell? Manage content. No. Set sources. There we go. All official adventures. Official websites. Okay, there we go. Shambling? What the fuck? How is it hidden? Are you gonna tell me just everything? Oh, god damn it. There we go. Shambling Mound. We're gonna do 3. And then Corpse Flower. And then I should have Assassin Vine now. Yeah. So I can get rid of my Ankylosauruses. And then a young, or adult green. Solidly okay, so ignore adjusted XP, because that's basically meaningless. Because adjusted XP adds a multiplier that doesn't actually take into account how many players you have. Also, they're actually level 10. But we have a significantly deadly encounter, which means they'll probably actually struggle with it, and maybe one or more of them will die, and that would be really cool because I would like to have some deaths. So Jordan, you're suggesting I make some pink ones into assassin vines, and I actually don't think I want to do that. And the reason for that is that I would rather they actually figure it out eventually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this guy around. I'm going to put it on this side of the rock. I'm going to have to rotate it, maybe. I think I'm actually just going to have to grab this vine and move it there. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, you know, that's fine where it is. Oops. Let's rotate it a little bit. Rotate it a little bit. Just put it here. They have Pythor too, right? How does he manage in a fight? He manages very well. He's kind of a truck, if I recall correctly. I could be wrong. Let's see. Let's look him up. So let's go to Dramatis Persona, the 5 gods. Pythor, god of battle. He is CR 12. He's got 175 hit points. He's got 16 AC. If he has access to liquor, he'll be in a drunken state. He's poisoned, disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. Enemies have advantage on attack rolls against him. He's unable to use his multi-attack action. He loses true sight, and his passive perception score becomes 8. Ouch. If he's reduced to half hit points or less, he goes into a rage. The state lasts until he can no longer see any enemies. Resistance to all damage except psychic. He's a barbarian. When he reduces 0 hit points or less, he can make con saves. He's got relentless rage, I think it's called. If he's in a drunken stupor while raging, there's a 50% chance at the start of each of his turns he's unable to discern friend from foe. Well, that's just dumb. And he has plus 18 to hit for 2d12 plus 12 slashing. So Pythor's kind of a goddamn truck. So he has a permanent level of exhaustion right now, right? Yes, he does. He has a permanent level of exhaustion, which gives him disadvantage on his plus 22 athletics. What the fuck? So the reason I moved this vine over here is because that is going to be my corpse flower. Because if I recall correctly, corpse flower is also indistinguishable from a plant while it's... It's just going to look like a viney plant with corpses in it. So we're going to... so vines, let's grab the token that we found. No. Is it? No, here we go. Okay, and... corpse flower, I need to drop the token. Wait for that to upload. Yes, he does have a permanent level of exhaustion. All right, save changes, and then I will hit the token button to create a token of it, and then scale it big. I need to turn it around. Line it up. Actually, let's delete the other one first. Looks good. Cool. And then when they get close to it, corpse flower, eat a dick. Fucked idiots. So then it becomes corpse flower. So when does it activate? It's only got 10-foot reach. It does have 20-foot speed though. So I guess when they start their turn within 30 feet of it. So I don't know. So I guess I can't. So I can't really use the same token more than once because I don't want them flipping. I can't use that token again because I don't want them flipping their shit that there's a second one. I do want this to be something that they can figure out. So I want to make the Shambling Mounds another thing. So what kind of thing can I search for to make a Shambling Mound hidden as? Could I put a particularly shiny instrument in a statue's hand next to the corpse flower? Shambling Mounds hedges. I already have hedges though. What a tree. Tree trunk. This isn't what I wanted. Fallen tree? Something kind of like that, sort of. Not really. Mass of vines. No. How much is these bushes? Like I already have these bush tokens, so I could just use those. Yeah, I'm just gonna use the bushes. I'll make them bigger, and then yeah, that works. And then that was bush. Yeah, that was just a bush. All right. So add a rollable table. This one's called Shambling Mound. We're gonna add bush. Go over here. Drag a bush into it. And I don't think that's actually the same one, but that's fine. Shambling Mound. And now I actually have to upload it, so I needed that token downloaded. Yay. Did I actually download it? Yeah, I did. Yeah, because I can't, actually I could probably, you know, oh my god, I've uploaded it 3 separate times. I smart. So yeah, let's delete this. Let's delete these bushes. I do want to cover up this like pillory thingy, so I'm going to just put a hedge here, just sort of haphazardly. Just like, screw it, it's there. That'll make some interesting terrain or whatever. Is that you? Is that the Shambling Mound? Yep, okay. Oh, so I wanted to, oh, I'm on the map layer, so let's move to the token layer. So the other thing is I wanted to grab the corpse flower, give it a nameplate, and then add its hit points in AC. So it's got 127 hit points and 12 AC. Cool. And then the Shambling Mound, let's check them out. So that's a bush. Choose side. It's a Shambling Mound. Cool. And if the players ask, let's just say that Hexia made them indistinguishable from plants while they're not moving. So this guy actually has more AC and hit points than the corpse flower. So how does the corpse flower justify its CR? It's got lower hit points in AC. It does do like way more. It's con save for none though. It makes some zombies, but meh. Bonus action to heal itself. Okay, cool. Or make a zombie. Okay, zombies are kind of meaningless. Stench of Death is okay, but once they save, they're immune, so that's not really a big deal. Let's see how many corpses are in here. Actually, you know what? We're just going to give it 9 corpses. We're going to throw that in there. 9 corpses, and then bonus action, it can use 1. I don't think it's ever going to run out of corpses during the fight. So that's fine. Shambling Mound's got lightning absorption, which is cute. None of these have poison absorption. So Hexia will actually need to avoid poisoning them. So that's a thing. I didn't think about that. So we've got a Shambling Mound. So where do I want to put these guys? So we've got the Assassin Vines kind of arrayed around there. We're gonna delete this bush. And we're gonna put Shambling Mound here. In case they decide to sort of go, you know, this way around, they can get attacked by a Shambling Mound. Put one down here for good measure. Being that they are grown from the dragon's effects, could you justify giving them poison resistance? Yes, absolutely, I can justify that. 1,000,000%. And just so Ophia doesn't sort of, maybe in the southeast corner because she doesn't have a skylight there. Sure. Let's add a 4th one down there. This guy likes to hang out in the water. He likes just dipping his feet in the water. He likes that. That one's probably not going to fight. So basically, Hexia is going to decide when they attack, which is to say, I'm going to decide when they attack. And basically, I want all of the enemies to attack at the same time, and basically at a time when the players are like, "Oh fuck, this is gnarly," when they're kind of surrounded and it's a bad time. So this is going to be a very deadly encounter, and I'm cool with that. I'm pretty cool with that. I think I've done enough. Whoops, I still wanted that. I think I've done enough planning how to murder them. I think at this point I want to plan how to talk to them. So it's Hexia's monologues, but the bookmark's wrong. So, okay, there we go. So let's read this. You enter the tunnel leading into Hexia's lair. Sunlight pours in through holes in the cavern ceiling, and vines drape the walls like curtains, while moss and grasses carpet the flooring, interrupted only by the occasional jagged stone and broken bit of bone. Before I get into this, I actually need to run to the bathroom. So I'm going to hit be right back. I'm going to run an ad, and then I will be back in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for continuing to be here, and I hope you stay through the break. Welcome back. Thanks for waiting through the break. So I had an idea while I was going to the bathroom, and that was running this sort of interestingly. So one thing that I wanted to do real quick was add one more hedge. I basically just want to cut off their ability to see from the entrance. So they can still go around to get into here, but they can't just see straight from the entrance to Ophia. They have to actually like make their way around. And what the idea that I had was essentially forcing them to. So the idea that I had was essentially, as they're entering, Hexy is essentially monologuing at them, and they don't even know where she is. And that and what I was imagining is they're entering the cavern, and she starts monologuing, and then I tell my players, feel free to move your tokens, move one square at a time, and just sort of and don't even like enforce it or anything like that. Just kind of tell them like you're moving slowly. So move slowly, like you're keeping a lookout. You're trying to figure out where her voice is coming from. You're looking for danger, and move 5 feet at a time. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do dynamic lighting. I know I hate dynamic lighting, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's just make a bunch of dynamic lighting lines. Right now I'm just doing dynamic lighting on the hedges, and then I'll go back and do the rocks as well. I think that's it for the hedges. All right, so let's do, let's pick gray, and then let's do dark gray for these crystal-y thingies. So I'm being deliberately minimal with these dynamic lighting lines. This one's big enough to warrant an actual polygon. That one maybe wasn't, but I made one anyway. We're going to put these dynamic lighting lines like well up in the rock to kind of say like this is a big rock. And I'm assuming someone at some point is going to try and climb it. I'm going to try and fix that one. At which point I will delete the whole line. So basically I'm adding most of these lines to just say like a thing is here and it's blocking sight. Not really trying to really obscure stuff. And then I'm not even going to bother with the outer border. And I don't even think those rocks are tall. I don't think these are tall enough to justify dynamic lighting lines. I do want to put some lines here. And I think that might be plenty. So I do want to put so a little something here and a little something here to keep them from seeing into this cavern like immediately. They can head that way if they want. It's just another way for them to get separated. That's fine. I think that's good. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to grab some tokens and actually like put them in, including a Pythor token. important NPCs. We're going to grab Pythor. Don't think I should have. It's fine. So we're going to grab these. We're going to copy. Then I'm going to delete Pythor so that any of my players on this scene don't see him. Also, I want to move Hexia's lair. Is there anything in that corner? So that corner is going to be... where's Island of the Dragon? Island of the Dragon. There, okay, there it is. Okay. Right there. So that corner is Ophia's hoard. That's actually a good question. I don't know where her hoard is. I don't think her hoard would be right at the entrance. If anything, I think the hoard would be in this water, because green dragons can breathe water. Did I close the green dragon? I think I used this tab. Adult green dragon. I'm pretty sure green dragons thought her hoard was the statues and the value was what they were holding. I mean, that's definitely part of it. But she does, yeah, she can breathe air and water. That is part of it, but she does actually have a hoard, which is kind of insanely valuable. So if we go to the Island of the Dragon, Hexia's lair, crystal clear pool. Oh, look, crystal clear pool. Line of 50,000 gold coins, 50,000 silver coins. Buried throughout the silver and gold coins are artifact from Thylea's history. The most valuable artifacts are a gold crown. It was worn by one of the queens of Mitros, a platinum cup inset with emeralds and the images of the five, and a gold dragon comb. There are a dozen less valuable objects, including bracelets, cups, necklaces, and musical instruments, 80 pale green chrysoberyl gemstones, 20 dark green alexandrites, 12 emeralds, and finally there's a single adamantine ingot. There's literally about 100,000 gold worth of treasure here. Which is just absolutely insane. I don't know what my players are going to do with it. I have no goddamn clue what they would, like, I have no fucking clue. But yeah, I'm going to say that that's all in this pool, basically. Which actually lends credence to having Shambling Mounds defending it. And maybe those two Shambling Mounds and this Assassin Vine don't attack while they're fighting all the other stuff. Maybe they stay back to fight if the players go to the horde. Fly over Mitros and make it hail. I mean, woof. And I just ungoofed because I pasted, which means that I don't have these guys anymore. So let's drop Pythor again. Let's copy. Delete Pythor, go back to Hexia's lair, and then drop some PCs. Very cool. So let's grab these. So one thing that I am going to do is I'm going to hide Pythor's fucking health bar, but I'm going to control by character settings. So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to edit Pythor's character sheet, and I'm going to say that he can be edited by Luke, just so that in the opening sort of show a Castus who really controls the city, but not actually, please no. Yeah, I mean, so one of the things, so as they're making their way in, I'm gonna say like, Luke, move, like keep Pythor like near you. Either you're following him or he's following you. You can choose, and then I'll probably give Kyra to someone as well. But I want to see what people can see. So I don't have dynamic lighting enabled, so let's enable dynamic lighting. Dynamic lighting on. Explorer mode on. Daylight mode off. But what I will do is these skylights are going to be a source of light, which means they need to be on the token layer. Or no, they need to be on the dynamic lighting. I think they have to be on the token layer for me to turn on dynamic lighting. They emit bright light at a distance of 1 feet and dim light to a distance of 60 feet. Let's say that. Did that do anything? Did that work? Maybe? Hard to tell. Yeah, no, it's definitely emitting light. Alright, cool. So I just need to do that for the rest of them. And unfortunately, they have to be on the token layer for me to edit their token settings. So it's obnoxious. So they emit bright light. I just want to put bright light 1 foot so that it's, do they emit purple light, like those purple grow lights? No, because this is actually like sunlight. So that, at least that's my plan. Move back to the map layer. Go to the map. Let's grab all the skylights. It's the 3 that I didn't do. And then move into the token layer. Edit. Bright light 1 foot. Dim light 30 feet. Bright light 1 foot. Dim light 20 feet. So there should be plenty of light in here. It's just refracting off the crystals. I mean, these are skylights. These are like, this is sunlight just streaming in through the ceiling. That was my plan. Okay. So Explorer mode's on a per token basis. So I think if I make a copy, I can move that token around no problem, and it won't do weird things. Okay, cool. So there's definitely light over here. Oh, you misunderstood a thing. Okay, no worries. So yeah, there's definitely light, and that's real cool. There's some weird light lines though. All right, so if I delete that one, in theory, Scorpius can still see things. So let's delete Scorpius and repaste Scorpius, and maybe that'll fix it. Nope, that didn't fix it. All right, so I have to reset Explorer mode, which is fine. Dynamic lighting. If I turn it off, presumably he can't see anything. Oop. Oh shit, I'm on the wrong layer. Okay, so I turn it off, he can't see anything. If I turn it back on, presumably it will have cleared. It did not. Shit, how do you clear Explorer mode? Fuck. Reset permanent darkness. Yes. Shit. How do you reset? Reset fog button under the reveal tool. Okay. There is no reset fog button. Why is this tool not even working? Like, I'm not crazy, am I? Like, I'm selecting it, and then it's just not selecting it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay, there we go. Jesus. Got it. No, they were talking about Explorer mode. It's just I didn't... Subtools in Roll20 are just god-awful. And I wasn't understanding. Okay, there we go. All right, so now the one last thing I want to do is one of the things that sucks in Roll20 is updating when they drag and drop. You want update on token drop. You don't want it to update while they're dragging the thing around. It is god awful. So one of the things I'm going to have to do, because I always do, is ask them what is your what lights are you carrying. Like what's going on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rejoin as player real quick. I meant to do that in a new tab. It didn't work. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I fixed that. Fixed the Explorer mode. So I just want to rejoin as player, which allows me to... Oh, right, I'm on the wrong scene because I'm a player. Cool. All right, never mind. So let's just hit rejoin as GM. I don't know why stream is in the game. Whatever. So So yeah, these are the things they can see when they enter. Let's grab a Scorpius. So what can he see? He can see some crystals, some plants. I don't know if you can see the hedges well enough, but I kind of put those lines like right in the middle, didn't I? Yeah, I put those lines like right in the middle of the hedges. I think that's the best I'm gonna do. All right. So anyway, let's get back to this monologue basically. So you enter an area large enough to accommodate the great dragon's serpentine bulk, though Hexia herself is nowhere to be found. The immense cavern is lush, filled with tropical plants and blooming flowers. A great skylight allows sunlight through, though it is obscured by a lattice of thorns and carefully cultivated roses. You hear Hexia's voice boom once more. Still I am sworn to uphold oaths on your behalf, to keep your secrets and honor vows made by you when you could not honor the ultimate vows you swore to me on our wedding day. Ooh. A great lagoon makes up the center of the cavern. No. Billowing green fog surrounds its lapping edges. Is there a regional effect with like fog? Thickets leaves no rodents and birds. No. Magical fog billows around one creature with save versus charm. Okay. Wall of tangled brush bristling with thorns springs into existence. 6 feet long, 10 feet high, 5 feet thick, and blocks line of sight. Each creature in the area is basically a wall of thorns. Wall sinks back into the ground when the dragon uses the lair action again, or when the dragon dies. Okay. Grasping roots and vines are up to a 20-foot radius center on a point. Area becomes difficult terrain. Each creature there must succeed on a DC 15 strength saving throw. So one of the things I want to do is I want to prep a token. Maybe even this token. Whoops, you're on the wrong fucking layer. So one of the things I want to do is I want, so it's a 20-foot radius, which means it's goddamn huge. So 10, 20, 30, oh, shit, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. If I do a 0-foot radius circle, yeah, there we go. So that's a thing I have. I can just shove this like off to the side, and then throw it on the GM layer. And that's what I have for the I have that for the whatchamacallit, that layer action, just grasping vines, grasping roots and vines, difficult terrain, strength save restrained. Okay, cool. All right, moving on. Back to the, so no lagoon, just, that's fine. Kind of like the idea of a lagoon though. Yeah, I didn't think so. What about a lake? This is bad. These are real bad. All right, screw it. I was wondering if I could get like a pond asset, maybe pond, to cover this like shrine thingy, and then put an island on it. Pond with island. Fuck. Pond with island token. Like I don't like this shrine thingy, so. Oh god. These all suck. If I didn't have a watermark, I could throw that on top of a pond token. That'd be great. Let's see. Let's see if this is serviceable. So if we make this like real big, why is it semi-transparent? Why are you semi-transparent? Oh, you're not. I'm just big dumb. There's too much foliage around it. There's not enough water. That just looks like crap. Alright, this was a cute idea, but never mind. Alright, so I'm going to have to adapt this read aloud text. That's fine. Where's shadows when you need them? Sitting in a chair amidst the dragon's hoard next to a massive harp of gilded gold that appears to be studded with emeralds is Ophia. She plays the harp as beautifully as you remember from your childhood memories and your hazy dreams of her. She looks at you with relief and holds back tears of joy. A trace of fear remains in her eyes, however. I have made this place a memorial to me and my suffering. Look upon its walls and gaze at your own follies, at each insult you delivered to me and each bit of happiness I knew I had to steal back from you. At Hexia's command, the vines that make up curtains across the cavern begin to recede. The walls are pockmarked with niches in which the skulls of hundreds of humanoid creatures have been stuffed. Beneath each one, carved with a dragon's claw, is a name. 500 years worth of Pythor's consorts and of bards are on display in this place, their hollow eye sockets staring you down, the emptiness in them somehow still following you. Pythor gazes on in abject horror. Yeah. Each nymph you dallied with, each handsome athlete, each beauty with a charming voice, every noble woman, every scullery maid, every fawning sycophant, every great love that you flaunted before me. The surface of the lagoon stirs and bubbles, and Hexia's massive form rises from it. Nah, she's coming from the ceiling. Water washes down her well-polished jade scales. Her teeth, razor-sharp and bleached white, are bared before you as she gnashes them over each word. So, she is terrible. Yeah, I love her. But you, Pythor, were my great love, my only love to whom I was forever faithful. It is difficult to say, distant as she is, but it almost seems as though she is weeping. My life has been a tragedy, from the death of my own mother at the hands of the Dragon Lords. I don't like that they dropped the Sybil Korak's name. I don't like that. From the death of my own mother at the hands of the Dragon Lords to the state of utter ruin I live in today, you were the one fleeting bit of happiness I could call my own, the one bright light amidst the dark. Hexia throws her immense body around, her great finned tail toppling part of her hoard. Wrong hoard. Way to suck. Sending coins cascading down into the waters of the lagoon. Ophia startles, though she continues playing nonetheless, with great elegance, poise, and skill. You robbed me of everything. She smashes her great taloned hands down onto the ground, shaking the cavern. Thanks, Jordan. Thanks. She smashes her great taloned hands down on the ground, shaking the cavern, and now another of your spawn has come here to try and rob me of my life as well. Hexia's yellow eyes focus on Remir. Her slit-like pupils growing thinner as they follow your movements. I know you, and I know why you've come. I am your destiny, your last great labor to overcome. As though I have not had my own sorrows. As though I am not the wounded party in a Playboy god's torrid series of love affairs. The wife he had forsaken. Yeah, so this is a... Woof. Fucking... Jeez, this is crazy. So I'm gonna have to adjust some stuff. Like the main thing is that like it's imagining her coming out of the water in the middle of the cavern, but I'm imagining her like climbing on the ceiling, popping through the roses. So I'm just gonna ad-lib it. I'm not gonna rewrite it. I'm just gonna sort of imagine the scene. I'll use this for her monologue, but for the most part, I'm just gonna stick to just sort of theater of the minding it. Just getting words from my brain out towards the players. So that's the Hexia encounter. We've spent an hour and a half on the Hexia encounter. Let's spend 20 minutes on the rest of the island, maybe. So we've got Elves of the island. There's several hundred elves. 6 elves from warlike cultures, 4 Arisians, and 2 Themis. They're Amazons. The Arisians are determined to survive. The Amazons want to go out in a blaze of glory and attack her in her lair. Even though there's no chance of success. Hexia will not reveal herself when the heroes arrive. She'll let them make contact with the elves within an hour. They'll be met by the elves. Cool. Darok and Petrea. They ask why they come to Hexia's island. They have no news of the mainland for centuries. They're very much in the dark about the prophecy. The result of the hero has been sent by the gods. They interpret their arrival as a sign that the dragon must be confronted once and for all. The elves ask the party to join them in seeking out Hexia's lair at the center of the island. If she can be defeated, then the heroes are welcome to the dragon's treasure hoard. The elves have no use for it. So I'm imagining like this lagoon in the middle of the fucking island is actually supposed to be her lair. Because like number one, Hexia's lair. And I'm guessing like there's a tiny little island on that lagoon. I don't know. But I'm imagining like you have to go into a cavern once you're there, or something like that. Hexia will almost certainly be aware of the arrival of the intruders. Interesting prey. She has access to her lair actions, regional effects. As they get closer to their lair, they'll find themselves in a labyrinth of thorny thickets. Hit and run attacks from stealth lay in wait for them in their lair. If Pythor's aboard the Ultros, Hexia will kidnap him while the heroes are away. They're gonna thought it was in the main mountain. It doesn't really specify, I don't think. Ooh. Lives in a grove at the center of the island, halfway up the mountain. Beautiful grove surrounds a crystal clear pool, which is fed by a single waterfall. Trees here are decorated with the bones of elves and animals, which have been arranged into flower-like shapes. Massive piles of glittering coins, gemstones, and artifacts are scattered throughout the pool. That's all the book says. It's whatever. So I do want to do hit and run. I'm going to have, I think, probably one. Actually, is she? I'm assuming she's good at stealth. I think green dragons are good at stealth. She has only +6. So I don't know how well she's going to be able to do hit and run. But with the labyrinth of thorny thickets, she's probably going to be doing pretty okay. I'm not going to kidnap Pythor because Pythor is going to be with them. And then the one last thing that I wanted to do was make a playlist. Let's see. So it's manage audio, tracks, tabletop audio, harp. Do you have any harp music? No. All right, let's go to tabletopaudio.com. I'm guessing they have a better search function than Roll20 does. Shit. Crossing the Sticks. Nope, not that guy. Please stop playing. Thank you. Fantasy. How do I... Music. Nordic Noir, Mech War, Hell's Eve, Terror in the Woods. So I'm trying to find a... You know what I really want? You know what the song I really want is Gwyn's theme. I want Gwyn's theme, but I can't play Gwyn's theme on stream. End game. Yeah, not that one. We use that too much. Anything? Nah. That sounds cool. Yep, we're going with that. Alright, it's waiting time. Waiting time. Add to... Add to game. Put it in Hexia. There we go. Okay. Put it on loop, and then when I play... Cool. Alrighty. So we've got music for Hexia, and yeah. Well, I'm not gonna trigger that to play when they enter the area. I'm gonna start playing it when they start. Ooh, Elven Glade. Let's listen to that. See if I like that. I'm hoping for something that evokes a very natural area with harp music, because Ophia is just going to be playing the harp the entire time. Temple Garden is neat. Let's take a look at that one. I don't like Elven Glade. It's too much ambiance and not enough music. Temple Garden. Ambiance and minimal music? Might not have the harp I'm looking for. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get a harp. Unfortunately. Show player. Skip to like... Chimes. Yeah. Too much ambiance, not enough music is basically the verdict here. Yeah, like I want like minimal ambiance. Because I really want it. I don't want it to be like, oh, like this is where you're at. I want it to really be musical, since that's, you know, the push. So I'm gonna go with waiting time. Let's actually skip through waiting time. Play it. Show player. Yeah, I like that. I like that. All right, we're gonna go waiting time. Just throw it on a loop, yeah, we're gonna. That'll be cool. So, I think we're. So Scarlet's over. Okay, so, Hexia will whack-a-mole pop in and out. So following her is difficult as per Green Dragon regional effects. She drops a breath weapon on a 90-foot diameter area with a 1-round wind-up, giving them time to get out of it. And basically, this basically, like, if they're in melee with an enemy, they have to decide, like, she's probably going to center it on someone who's in melee with a bunch of her plant creatures, and then she'll, like, they have to either dash away from that plant creature to get out of it, or they eat an opportunity attack. So Yasena might actually be super important here to enable people to move off turn as a reaction. So that's going to be really fun. I think that's a really cool mechanic. She does need to obey recharge. But of course that allows me to just, you know, fudge her recharge. So I think, the actual setup to the island is pretty simple. I think it's safe to give them a warrior monk and an Amazon warrior. NPCs, Amazon warrior, warrior monk, neato. So I can just throw those in with them. They'll probably die immediately, because they have 33 hit points and 31 hit points. So they'll just die to the first breath weapon. That's fine. I'm actually kind of worrying that this... Like, given the fact that they have the opportunity to get out of the poison cloud, I'm actually wondering if this is enough stuff to threaten them. But I can always, okay, facebook.com, sure. Do you have to give them the robots if they have the warrior? The robots? I'm guessing that's a typo. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm wondering if this is actually enough of a threat. After they fight all the plants with the poison breath and stuff, then Hexia is gonna come down. She's a full-grown adult dragon, and hopefully they'll be at the point where, like, one solid, like, immediate breath weapon. Don't the Amazons all have the robot ranger companion thing? Oh, the Stimfay. all of the Amazons on Themis have Stimfey, but I would imagine they wouldn't have those here on the Island of the Dragon. So not gonna bother with the Stimfey. So that's yeah. So I think it's not a robot. Really? Sure about that? Monsters, non-player characters, Amazon Warrior. Shit. Where's Stimfey? Stimfey. Automatons. It's kind of a robot. It's a construct. Yeah. It's totally a robot. I don't know what you're talking about, A-Lot. It's totally a robot. Delayed chat skit. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, so this is... I spent a really long time prepping this because they gave me basically nothing, and I really wanted to give my players a really, really memorable dragon fight, and hopefully I have built that by having it sort of multi-phase and sort of dynamic terrain and threats that can make combat, like, you know, the breath weapon forces them to move throughout the combat. So hopefully this is fun. If it isn't, then, well, shit, we'll try and learn from it next time. Yeah, I think this is basically DM prep. I've been on stream for like 2 hours, which is longer than I usually do DM prep by a lot. Steph's probably wondering what the hell I'm still doing up here. So I'm going to call this done. And we're gonna get going. And if you guys want to see the session that comes out of this, check us out tomorrow on Twitch if you're not already here, where we will play Odyssey of the Dragon Lords at 4 p.m. EST, which we do every single Saturday. We also do Rime of the Frost Maiden on Mondays at 6:30 p.m. EST, and then for the next 4 Sundays, we're going to be doing a bunch of one-shots with new players chosen from our Discord community. So this Sunday we have Lady LaFay, as well as Bayless, Steph, Jordan, and Andy. And then on Tuesday, so this coming Tuesday, we also have a one-shot. Sundays at 1 p.m. for the next 4 Sundays. And then this coming Tuesday, we also have a one-shot with L2S and Riley, also known L2S or Christian, as well as Riley, also known as Panzerbjorn, alongside Amber, Steph, and... Oh my god, I'm so sorry for I need to look this up because I'm going to feel real bad. It is going to be L2S, Riley, Steph, Bayless, and Amber. I thought Bayless was in that group, and I was like, no. Bayless. And then I'm actually not involved in that at all. Andy's going to be DMing that one, 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday. And then we will be announcing the lineup for our coming one-shots as they come. If you're watching this on Twitch right now, please check us out on YouTube. We have every single session we've ever streamed. We're coming up on 300 videos at this point, over 1,000 hours of content. And we've got an Instagram, we got a Twitter, we got a Discord. Discord's fantastic. If you join our community, if you wanted to play with us on the Gilded Troll, you can join our Discord community. We've got an application, and we're adding players from our Discord community right now, but in the future we're going to be adding, we're always looking out for more people that we can keep adding. So that's absolutely something we want to do. We want to give more people the opportunity to play really good D&D by matching up really good players with really good DMs. I don't think I missed anything. It's Friday evening at like 10 p.m. I have no fucking clue who I'm going to raid. Let's see. Devil's Like Gaming. No. Lawful Stupid RPGs playing Curse of Strahd. Cool beans. We're gonna go ahead and raid Lawful Stupid RPG. I've been watching their stuff sort of casually for a little while. Appears they're in the catacombs of Castle Ravenloft. So we're gonna go ahead and raid those guys, and I will see you guys next time. I hope to see all you tomorrow for the session that I just prepped. I spent 2 hours prepping it, and it'll hopefully take more than that to run. I would hate to spend more time prepping than running the campaign, but thanks for being here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.